We now return to Let's Play Anno 1800, where we are slowly working against the wind to try and get a fleet over here so that we can finally take on the little flotilla down here. Now that is one hell of a range. So that is unfortunate that these two would be within range, but we're going to immediately trigger a ranged attack from this. And I'm not sure if my own range... I definitely could not hit that battleship on my own. So we might not be able to hit these whilst we're in range of that. I may have to come in from the bottom to skirt that. Goes all the way to that cloud cover. So if I could get down to this cloud area here, we might be able to make it. We might be able to take care of some ships before the big ones show up.
Fleet ready?
All right.
Fleet moving in convoy. Fleet awaiting orders. Fleet en route.
Want these guys right about here.
Fleet moving in convoy.
Okay, that's about as close as we can get. They may start triggering this
shortage
soon.
Fleet en route.
Guys, attack that one. The rest of you all. Now the problem... Okay, well I guess we'll all just do it then. Take this thing down before the guns take us down. Good, we did it, we did it, we did it.
Destroyed. And for what? So a kinglet may make a mistaken point?
That was actually far easier than I expected.
And time is of the essence. Kyria must be brought to Sir Blake before he settles upon retaliation he will live to regret.
Moving to coordinates.
Okay.
Archibald, I want to say you look well, but exertion does not become you.
Kyria? It is you. Those quizzical eyes. How could I forget?
Release him, Archibald.
Him? You mean... Not Binyam? He can't be.
Awo, Binyam is my boy.
The prisoner is to receive a full pardon. Return his possessions. We go to meet the Emperor.
Slightly overdramatic music.
I believe I know why you have freed Binyam and come before me.
Yanahoy Katema, there will be no war between us. For the truth is, I have no quarrel with any here, save myself. I have all along had power to do great good here, yet was distracted and upset by matters personal. I do not ask your forgiveness, Binyam, but perhaps in time.
He is no father of mine, nor has he earned that title.
He only saw me, Archibald. He did not see you for many years.
How often I wondered, yearned, but I never could. And I regret it. I regret it. No one could ever have replaced either of you. But I poured all that terrible guilt with constancy into Her Majesty's nurture and protection.
Then care for this land as much as you do her, and perhaps our peoples can still bond in sisterhood.
And that is why Kibori Binyam, most patient Emperor Katema, I will make the necessary arrangements for a swift departure, and open myself up to negotiations between our people. May Her Majesty hang me for it.
So, I think I'm gonna go and grab this island before the AI does. I don't know if I want it for any particular reason.
Only a fool loosens that grip.
All the arrangements are made. Not a trace left on the island. Escort me before Emperor Katima once more. I am ready to negotiate.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just,
I should have known better than to fear and deny
Fleet
the
commencing
past.
escort.
To lie to others, lie to myself. Only the worst of politicians would do that.
there's really nothing we need this island for, to be honest. I mean, I have plenty of island of my own up here. We should have all resources available now, so I'm not particularly worried. Oh, look at this. People are dying. Do we have a hospital? We do. My god, this is a big one. I really did not leave myself any
No idling
room
around.
whatsoever.
You'll need to get your hands dirty.
Yes, yes. I really can't without completely affecting any of that stuff, so I guess we just put it back up in here and change that so that I can put a hospital down here. And this is apparently the only place it goes. Oh, there you go.
Aye.
Can we just,
Apart
can we
from
go?
security.
Come on. I'm not actually sure we need this many. I'm pretty sure this escort mission's gonna be very nice and slow.
For genius.
Workforce shortage.
In fact, why don't we just get you out here, out of the way.
Stations.
the rest of you can go
You are loyal. We have traded many times.
Fleet en route.
here. And you can escort back. Now, go back to the new world here. Should probably have...
You can rely on us.
No, I think the frigates will be fine. It is, however, not Cape Trelawney, it's the old world. The old world is where we need to have ourselves a, well, first of all, we need to let the rendering happen again. Good grief. How's our relationship with her? It's almost done. I think we need to very quickly come back here and find a rather large amount of you guys to send back. In fact, I'm kind of willing to just send all of you back. Let's go back to the old world. Let's go to Bright Sands. Oh, of course. Of course, it's in the opposite goddamn direction. I just don't feel like we're going to need that many here. And right now we're going to have to be hunting some pirates back home. So I think this was the big bad finale for that. I wish there was some way I could Wind Waker the wind in a different direction.
Competitors are now at war.
Well, good, that'll help thin some of that.
It is only fair that those there at the start be there at this new beginning as well.
I only have one option, so,
A royal acknowledgement
will
is
you all
due.
stop it?
Ship under attack.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Competitors are now at war.
Okay, that's not good. You have got to get the hell out of there.
Adjust the sail.
Jesus Christ. Okay, this is going to be a massive, massive problem. If that thing dies, I lose a very important trade route. And honestly, right now, I don't remember what that is. Rover. It's this one. So this is my triangular taking schnapps around the island. Yeah, I just don't, I don't even want to bother with that. I don't want to try and put this supply chain back together. So, if we can just get rid of this, that would be fantastic. Very good. I'm very happy these guys have obliged and just left themselves wide open for that. I wish I had enough resources that I could get another ship and go collect some of these things.
Are healthy again.
That's good. Okay, whatever this was, back at the negotiation table. Nevertheless, business has been difficult. Opportunity to recognize Embase as worthy of an alliance. Looking at the population of this region, I know it may not seem that way, but Embase is united. There's no internal strife. I'm afraid the three independent peoples have not agreed to side with Yanahoy. Look, this is the only choice I've got. I can't remember. Was it you or someone else that helped me come to grips with mapping? Well, yes, I helped. Accurate categorical charts are a part of the Crown's very wise strategy. Whatever, let's just tell the truth and see where this goes. A wise queen indeed
Your
is she who
harbor
understands a
is
map
under attack.
is worth more than 2 galleons, although if you don't mind, we'll continue to use the names for our landmarks bequeathed to us millennia ago. If I may, Yanahoy, I have a proposal of my own to append the alliance. I believe it'll strengthen us. Here's a blueprint for a research institute. Hey, we've already done this.
All the best news never sees print.
Sail a clipper to collect
You
your
have
reward.
brought much change to our land, but not all of it is evil. Under your rule, the Emperor's dream of unity does not seem so hopeless.
I'm sure you've received mighty gifts with great praise, but I'll say it anyway. Our lives are all the better for your guidance. So, well, thank you.
Hopefully this guy doesn't trigger that.
So many new horizons. This is
Ready
the
for
new
assignment?
age of Mbesa, and we have you to thank for it.
I need not say, I think, how much I owe. I will only say this. Look to the skies today, see the glory of Mbesa united, and know that history will remember your part.
The
Okay,
creditors have agreed a peace deal.
that's not good for me. And I need these mothers to get in there. What building exactly was under attack? I mean, I guess it's good enough that our port... These are very powerful guns in the game, by the way. It's very good that we've managed to
People
destroy a
celebrate
fair
your
number of
leadership.
these ships. But these things keep on coming. I don't care much for that. Although, is that the last one? Maybe that's the last one. She keeps making a few. I don't know, that just makes me nervous is all.
Reporting.
So, and these things are hanging out right in the trade lane. I need to get rid of them before I continue this. Not good. Okay, so I need 10 scholars' residences somewhere in the New World. And right now, the only place that is actually, for the Old World, the only place that's even feasible is these guys.
Cherry as a coiled spring.
And this is a problem because I'm not anywhere near getting to inventor level. We've got a large number of engineers to turn into inventors, or investors, I guess it is. But scholars are on the other side of investors, which I think is a very stupid way of doing that. But that means we now need to set up electricity. Basically, if I want to complete that, I'm going to have to come in here and finish this land after all. Pick my way through that. So
Every
let's at least
individual is the architect of their...
come here and finish that much. What did I get? Equipped on ships, increases movement speed, donate to science. I don't honestly even know what science is good for at this point. We probably require having, having the, the Research Institute electrified.
The story is about a city, like this one, where all was well.
Yeah. I have got too many elders.
I don't expect you'll show mercy.
2 hours of ceasefiring? but my ships are going to be there, and then I could wipe her out. Okay, fine, we'll
It's
do it.
rare we leave any alive.
We'll do it for now, just to make sure, so I can focus on other things. So I need like 400 more of these elders for what possible reason I can't
My
even
son
fathom.
sent me a bird from overseas. I named it Emmanuel for protection.
There's so much crap here that I need to get these guys going on. Just trying to find where we're at here. Vinium's Vision. So this is the final part of this. Yeah, that's literally the end of this.
Had to go to press.
Fine. Again, this is just... Let me look at this real quick. So they haven't even added that to the wiki, but I know that's the case. I know that for population, that becomes the next thing. Yeah, they honestly don't even have that in the wiki yet. That's how new this stuff is, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I remember seeing was that, the scholars are actually the next level up, not for these guys, but for the old world. I'm trying to find this here. Let me pause the game for a moment. Okay, yeah. So it is, in fact, well, I'm just going to pause it. It is, in fact, the 6th tier now for residences in the old world, which means I need to go to investors before I can then turn them into scholars. So basically, I would need to complete the campaign that I have not yet done, and then continue on further with this research institute and all that stuff. And honestly, I'm kind of done. I really, I could do the optional quests, continuing on with finding the spear and all that stuff, but my God, some of those optional quests are just so, it's such a pain. It just looks like it's a huge pain to try and do all that stuff, and it's just not interesting to me. I mean, the way they're trying to present the lore for this DLC, I think they did a very poor job of. The minigame thing just isn't a strong feature for a city builder anyway, and it's unnecessary. The way you could do these missions could be very simplified the way they were in the base game. I mean, all the distractions that were there to begin with were very easy to complete. They were mostly fetch quests and delivery quests. Just this added little pixel hunting game that they've got in there where you have to go in and find all this stuff. It's just unnecessary. It could just be presented as a story, just as lore. It doesn't need to be interactive. And yeah, I have no desire to complete all that. I realize that that's pretty much the only content I haven't done because I think I did do pretty much everywhere else all the way through. But man, there is too much in the game, and that's really a double-edged sword. It's it provides you. This is a pretty expensive game, so it provides you the content for the money. Like if you really enjoy Anno, if you really like city builders and the detail for all that, then that's great. I mean, you will be occupied for hours, but it gets so overwhelming so quickly. And if I had known from the back end how everything was going to be laid out and playing out, I probably would have just focused on one area to completion before even diving into any of the DLC. Um, having a half-finished island that you then have to come back to because you're supplying your new area with it, just it doesn't work very well. You need to have a full production thing going so that you can just strip it for materials to build the new land. And one of the annoying things about this DLC was the fact that you can't just use any old wood. It's got its own brand new everything resource, except for the one thing where you do need wood from the old world. So, where the problem before with other DLC has been that I need to create a trade route that I then end up having to wait forever for, and then that leads to probably being undersupplied. I'm sure that's why we keep having a population dip in the Arctic. Um, that could have been eliminated completely here. I mean, the fact that all the resources you need are here is great, except for that one. It replaces the wood with the in-game timber here. It replaces the clay with its own special kind of clay. But then, for whatever that was, that one object, you need to import the most basic material of the game, lumber. I don't see a reason for that. It should have gone one way, all or the other. And I don't know, it's aggravating. It's aggravating the way the game overlays things where you're trying to do a quest and there's the dialogue for that, and then suddenly you're interrupted by someone else having their dialogue going, and then the newspaper guy still pops up, and the the fact that there's still fires going on and all that, the explosions, it adds a little bit of flavor to the universe, I guess, fine. But the pirate thing, that annoyed the shit out of me. I sank a fleet the first time I tried to wipe out Anne Harlow. I finally managed to do it. I completely wiped out the island. And then suddenly the game decides, oh yeah, she'll be back again and again and again. Like, then what's the point of wiping out the island? Why even bother? If I had known all of that, I would have turned pirates off at the very beginning. And the expansionist part, well, I mean, we saw how much of the previous episodes were taken up with me basically going to war, being dragged into it via the broken alliance mechanic. Without any NPCs, I would have, first of all, lost the opportunity to get a lot of easy items, and buying and selling would have been that much more difficult. But on the other hand, it would have saved me so much more hassle with the NPCs. It's really a toss-up whether they're even worth having in the game or not. And I don't know. I'm sure they have a little bit more of an impact and effect on um, like a multiplayer game. Mixing in NPCs with actual players, I'm sure that adds a little bit of variety. But man, I don't think it's worth it. Maybe in an open game, because otherwise it could be a little bit boring. But when you're in the campaign and you've already got a list of quests to do, you've already got enough to do just going down the storylines and managing your islands. Throwing that in is just completely unnecessary. And I played on easy, so it gave me 2 easy AIs and then 1 normal AI. If you had played on normal, you'd have 3 expansionist, aggressive AIs, so you'd be having wars. Like, just the whole thing is a mess. It's such a mess of a game. Again, I appreciate that there's been so much content thrown into this, but it's overwhelming. It's too much. I think, the previous Anno game, what was it, 2205, was the one that was kind of an oddball for the series. That had the same situation because there was DLC for that, and I ignored a good chunk of that. In fact, I think I ignored most of the DLC in that, but that was not interesting. I think that they did a better job for this game taking that same idea and implementing it here. This at least has a little bit of an interest. It's not just a new region that you can expand into, because in 2205 it's not necessary at all to build colonies aside from the moon. But in this game, they at least added storylines and mini campaigns. I would say that Land of the Lions campaign was more involved than the Sunken Treasures campaign. Sunken Treasures added more mechanics, like the treasure hunting and that sort of thing. But the the actual DLC campaign content was really just a lot of go to this place, hit your sonar, go to this place, hit your sonar until you find something, and then it just progressed. I mean, there wasn't even really, conflict or anything. So they did a much better job with this game, with their DLC and its implementation. I'm still kind of annoyed that the complete edition of the game is not fully complete. It has the, I guess, expansion DLC, but the cosmetic DLC is not included. And there's like 3 different DLCs for that. There's like Christmas theme parks and the new one that just came out that I don't remember. It's like beautification structures and all that. But I mean, they're still pumping out content for this, and they might put out season 3. I don't know. Which is kind of weird to put out a complete edition when you're not actually complete. But so I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about this game. I think that it went on too long. Like I said, it just got really annoying after a while when I was trying to do something and then suddenly 5 things pop up that need my attention to distract me from it. If the pace of that had been turned down a little bit, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Um, I think that for the price point, uh, it's been out long enough now that the price has gone down, and especially when it's on sale. For what you get, I guess the price point is worth it. And like I said, if you really enjoy the Anno series, this is a good one. At least in comparison to the previous one. It definitely tried to implement the old formula and mix in some of the new stuff that they've been trying to go for. But I don't know. I think that if you're new to the series, I would still definitely recommend 1404 as the entry. Um, the other one, what is that? 2000 or 2070? Futuristic one. I like that one too. The campaign, I think, is a little bit. Well, I just didn't enjoy the campaign in that game as much as I did 1404. 1404 is a pretty classic game, but yeah, this one, I don't know. Um, so really, the end of the game then so far would be getting those 1,750 investors, and then moving on to getting the scholars to complete the Ambesa storyline. I don't see myself continuing this Let's Play series to do that. Off camera, I may get the itch to play and finish it, And if I do, then when I get close to finishing it, I'll maybe put on a bonus episode to the series. But for now, I think we're done. I think 70 plus episodes is long enough for a series, and frankly, I'm ready to play something else. Over 2 months is a very long time to continue playing a game. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, maybe a little more than I did, and I will see you in the next Let's Play.